I tell you what, 40 pounds of dirt is heavy. Well, 40 pounds of manure is heavy. So these are going to go on the potato. When we read diaries of years gone by, it's just everyday work that we like to read about. We read about homemakers, farmers, everyday people who just forged their own life one day at a time. It's not a glamorous life living a frugal life, but yet it's one that's full of rewards. Hi everybody, I'm Homestead Tessie, and what you're going to see today is frugal living. Okay, I'm a real mess, so let's go ahead and let's get this spread on the potatoes, and then I can wash my hands. I found a bag of this compost, and I was so thankful for it. As we do our almost no spend, every little thing that I find, I put it to good use. And that's what it was like in the old days, wasn't it? Nothing was wasted. If somebody borrowed something, they took good care of it and they returned it. Communities helped one another, and people helped one another. These are my potatoes, and this is some compost that I thought would be fun to put on top, just to give them that extra boost. Living frugal can be somewhat of a challenge in this day and age, but no more of a challenge than any day and age, really. And living each day in the moment and just taking each day and using it to the best of your ability is something that I am really learning. Using the scoop that my mom had when she was a very young wife, and it's lasting all these years. I'm really focusing on my garden this year, as you can see. You can see I'm taking more time at it. I'm not worried so much about social media or spending time to see what's going on in the world out there, in the internet world. Well, I do like to watch about an hour a day of YouTube, a few of my favorite channels, in the evening before bed. I don't sit all day and watch them. I like to get my work done, and it's really motivated me. In the wintertime, it's hard to stay motivated and hard to stay physically active. So I'm going to be trying this year in the wintertime to try to find some things that I can do outdoors. I think of myself like the World War II Victory Garden. And what would the homemaker do in those days? What would she do with the little bit that she had? How can I learn from my ancestors? How can I learn from others who lived in such hard times? And I'm realizing that there's such little that you really need to throw away, and so much more that you can use in your life. You know, I say low income is a little bit like slow living, because you take each day as it comes. And with low income, you don't spend as much, so you have more of the time to think about all the things that you have and use it up to the best of your ability. So slow living, low income living can all mean the same things. I see every single thing that I have now with different eyes, a fresh new perspective. So I guess you could say it's low income slow living. There's a huge difference. Because with low income slow living, it's not based on buying things, it's based on using the things that you have. Yeah, I like that term. Low income slow living. It puts it all into perspective. A slow way of living without the income involved. Yeah, there's a ring of truth to that. Right, I got that done. It is extremely humid out here, and the bugs. I hate, that's the only thing I hate about Pennsylvania. We have a lot of humidity, and then when we have humidity, then we get a lot of the gnats and flying bugs always getting in your eyes and everything. If we just have a little bit of a breeze, it would help, but everything is so wet and saturated and muggy. Our days have been filled with a lot of rain, which a lot of you tell me that you have been dealing with the same thing. So every minute, every moment that I have that I can be outside, I am working in my garden. I am amazed how beautiful the garden looks this year. Everything is so abundant because of all the rain. We have had the deer come through and nibble on a few things, but they kept going by. They didn't destroy anything yet terribly too much, but they seem to keep thinking there's got to be something in this garden that they love. But there isn't. I'm really happy with the wooden posts that I have, and they should last me many years because they are treated lumber. I am covering up my peppers because last year the deer loved my pepper plants. So this year I'm just covering them up as much as I possibly can. The deer do not like the herbs, so I never have a problem with that, and the deer will not eat my potatoes. So thankfully, I don't have that situation either. But I am harvesting my radishes, I'm harvesting my spinach and onions and a lot of things like that. I know I say this often in my videos, but it's just what I've been thinking these days. It just surprises me how little we need to really live on. I think we are so consumed by consumerism where they say you need to have this and you need to have that to make your life better. But really, does it make our lives that much better? I am really shocked at the little bit that we really truly need. And the more we do outside and the more we become active in our hobbies, the quicker our time goes and we really don't have time to be consumed by the world. No matter what we do in life, there's something that we can always do. In other words, no matter what your physical disabilities are, there's still things that you can enjoy, hobbies that you can fulfill. All right, so now we have the manure on the potatoes. Now we have all of the tomatoes that are already planted in the garden. Now I'm just going to go ahead and clean everything up as the raindrops fall. I'm even out in the rain sometimes. I just got to get out of my house. It's been such a long winter and we haven't had such nice weather. I hope that changes, but I am thankful for the rain. Also, what really helps me out is I write a list every morning what I want to get done, or the night before. Usually it's the night before I write a list, and then that morning I get started. And I always try to finish one project at a time. That way I'm not so overwhelmed. As you can see, the grass is coming in really well where Ken and I were working last week. So the grass is already in, and now we are going to finish up the potatoes and finish up the tomatoes. And let me show you what I do next. This may seem like something really unusual, but I do this every year and I really like it. I put some shavings, and these are shavings that are just wood shavings, and I put them between the potatoes. And then I also put the shavings around each tomato plant, and that holds the moisture in. After 1 or 2 rains, you won't really see the shavings as much because they turn browner, but it really makes a huge difference with not getting any dry rot or wet rot. It really helps. And this is what everything looks like today. So we are finished with this project. The tomatoes are all ready to go, and the potatoes just need to be healed up a little more in the next couple of days.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end.